In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make these soft, fluffy, delicious buns in the bread machine, and I'll show you how to make both hamburger and hot dog buns, and you can have fresh homemade buns. Let's go over the ingredients we're going to need to make these buns in the bread machine. You're going to want 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 of a cup of oil, 1 egg, and enough milk added to the egg to make 1 1/3 cups of liquid. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. And 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Now you can use bread flour to make buns if that's all you have, but all-purpose flour in buns tends to make a softer bun. But if you want a stronger bun for some specialty sandwich that you're making, then you could definitely use bread flour. But I'm using all-purpose flour in this recipe. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crack my egg into my measuring cup. And then I'm going to add enough milk to the egg, which the egg turns out to be, I don't know, about 1/3 or something. I'm not sure. My measuring cup doesn't go that low. But I'm going to pour in enough milk to make this 1 1/3 cups of liquid. And if you measure it this way, then it doesn't matter what size your egg is, you will end up with 1 1/3 cups of liquid. So if you guesstimate and say, well, the egg should be about 1/3 of a cup, but yet you have a larger egg or a smaller egg, then your liquid measurement might be a little bit off. So whenever I'm using enrichments like eggs or other things, I put them in first and then add my liquid to the measuring cup to get the amount of liquid that I want. This milk is not room temperature. It did just come right out of the fridge. You can bring your milk up to room temperature if you want to. That will help the rise take place a little faster if it's warmer. Now I have my KBS bread machine here and I have my clean bread pan. I'm going to take my mixing paddle and just dip it into the oil that I'm going to use in the recipe. This will help me be able to get the paddle out when the time comes to take the dough out of the pan, and helps it not to stick if you oil the paddle before you put it on. So we're just going to take this milk and egg and we're going to pour it in first. And since we are not setting a delay of any kind, it does not matter what order we put our ingredients in. I'm going to put the oil next, and the salt, and the sugar, and my yeast. I'm just going to pour it all right into the bottom. And then we have our 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to put that here on top. And we're going to take our pan and put it in our machine. We're going to turn the machine on the raw dough cycle. If your machine for some reason does not have a raw dough cycle, this is the KBS machine and it has a raw dough cycle, but it does not. Some machines have the raw dough cycle will mix, knead, and rise. The KBS machine only does the kneading. It does not have a time set on it for the rise, but you can still leave it in the machine after the raw dough cycle completes and let it rise inside the machine, because it will get a little warm in there. So we're going to go down to menu option number 11. And that gives us 23 minutes of knead time, and then we are going to hit start. Now we are going to let this knead for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we're going to check to see if we need to adjust our liquid or our flour. So our dough's been mixing about 2 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of the pan. This is just something I like to do. I suppose it's optional if you don't want to do it. But I can already tell, even though we're only 2 minutes in, that this dough ball is looking really good. Try to get the light here so you can see better. And once that gets done kneading, it's going to probably be just right. So we're going to let it knead, and we'll come back and check it in just a few minutes. So there's about 7 minutes left on the kneading, and I'm just going to pause this so you can see the dough ball is nice and shaped, and it's soft. You do want a soft dough ball, but you don't want it sticking to your fingers. And so I didn't have to add any liquids or any flour. I'm going to let this continue kneading until it completes. So we are going to let our dough ball rise for about 30 minutes to an hour until it at least doubles in size. Our dough has finished rising and we are ready to shape our buns. So here's what it looks like. I'm just going to put it out here on my clean surface. Now, I like to make my buns about 80 grams each so that they're all the same size. This entire dough ball weighs 875 grams, so that's going to give me 10 80-gram buns and one at 75. So I'll have 11 buns altogether. Now, if you don't have a scale or you don't want to weigh your buns, you can definitely just eyeball it and get them fairly the same size. Weighing them is not required. I like to do it. So here I have my baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I did oil it to make sure they don't stick. And I just sprinkle the oil on and wipe it around with a clean napkin to get a thin coating of oil there. And so I just take and make sure you deflate your buns. Make sure you deflate your little balls of dough to get all the big bubbles out. And some people roll them out. I just press it out and then just kind of fold it up on itself like this, and then make it into a ball. Now what I like to do is make it into a ball and set it aside, let it rest a minute, and then I'm going to flatten it a little bit. Now I'm going to make hamburger buns out of this, but you can also make hot dog buns. Now I do use a roller when I make hot dog buns, and I'll show you how I do that with the last one. I hope if you have a bread machine, you are getting lots of use from it and enjoying what it can do for you. It certainly takes all the work out of the kneading, and it also gives the dough a nice warm place to rise. Oh, I almost forgot. I was going to show you with this last one how I would make a hot dog bun. So you're going to take your little ball of dough and you're going to roll it out into a little small rectangle. It does not have to be perfect. So here I have my little rectangle, and I am going to start rolling from one side. Just pull the dough up and roll it, and then pinch those ends together and pinch the bottom together as well. And then you're going to take both hands flat and roll the dough until you get it to the length of the bun that you want. And for me, and I probably have small to medium hands, I usually get just a little bit longer than the width of my two hands. So you can kind of see that. And then make sure those ends are pinched together, because if not, they'll break open when it's baking and rising. And then you just place this on your pan, and that will make a beautiful hot dog bun. And for the hamburger buns, I just take my thumbs and I press from the middle out. Until you get it as big as you want it. And usually something like that is about right, because it's going to rise. And then put those on your pan. Now we are going to put these in a warm place to rise. And I use my oven with just the light on. You don't have to preheat the oven or anything. Just turn the oven light on, and that normally brings the temperature up to around 100 degrees, which is really nice for letting your buns rise. So here we have our 11 buns all shaped out, 1 hot dog bun and 10 hamburger buns. Now we're going to put these in the warm place, which is my oven with the light on, and let them rise. And then after they rise, at that point, if you wanted to do an egg wash, you could definitely do that. Just brush an egg wash over them. And if you wanted to put sesame seeds or some everything bagel seasoning or whatever Italian seasoning on them, that would be the time that you would do that. But I'm going to just leave these plain, because that's the way we like to eat them. But I just wanted you to know when to do that if that's what you wanted to do. So I'm going to place these in the oven. I'm going to let them rise until they are nice and big and fluffy. Our buns have fully risen, and we are ready to put them into the oven. I'm going to put them into a 350-degree oven, and I'm going to have my rack in the middle of the oven, because they tend to get browner on the bottom than they do the top. So I raise my rack up to at least the middle of the oven, and it will probably take anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes to bake these. And so I'm going to bake them, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. Okay, so I just got our buns out of the oven, and they look fabulous. I'm just going to let them cool here for a few minutes, and then we'll tear one apart and see what it looks like on the inside. So I'm going to take the hot dog bun, and I'm going to use it to just look how fluffy. It is absolutely beautiful. And normally I would cut this in half. I'll show you how I would cut it. If I were going to use this for a hot dog, the part that was touching the other bun would be my bottom, and then this would be my top, and I would just slice it open, all the way open. But because I want to show you the texture, I am just going to tear this apart. Look at this. It's beautiful. Wonderful bread. Look at this texture. It's like a cloud. You could not ask for a better bun.